CZ friends and fans. This is your Kingsport Chamber Zone.
We are the award-winning show that is all about Kingsport, this great community that you call home in the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce. He is my good friend and co-host Bob Thickens with the Kingsport Chamber.
And she is my good friend and co-host Laura Woods with Eastman. And we're coming to you today from one of the premier medical facilities, not only in our region, but in the nation, and a great community partner, Holston Valley Medical Center.
You know, Bob, it was just a few months ago that we had representatives from Holston Valley on the show to talk about the very important Next Generations campaign that was geared at benefiting the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit, or NICU, here at Holston Valley. We are so pleased to report that thanks to your and this wonderful community's generosity, that campaign has been a huge success, and Holston Valley is ready to move forward with the plans poured out.
That's certainly very exciting, and now the hospital is ready for the next chapter in this wonderful story. Holston Valley Medical Center recently launched its Generations campaign. Now, this $2 million critical fundraising effort will enhance the women and children's services here in the infant services, creating a new center, an enhanced center, with all the services all in one location, which is very wonderful and convenient for the patient. We're talking labor and delivery, postpartum care, the NICU, pediatrics, the gynecology services.
General women's health, yes.
Absolutely, all
Wonderful.
in one location, all on one floor. It will even have its own separate entrance into the hospital. It's so much better, it's so much nicer, it's huge, it's exciting, it's very important, and we'll tell you all about it in just a moment.
Speaking of things that are very important, you know, Bob, our veterans are very important to us. And so one of the ways that we love to honor those veterans is through a parade. And that means that the upcoming 62nd annual Mac Riddle American Legion Independence Day Parade just around the corner. It is set for Saturday, July the 4th, right here in Kingsport. We will have Vanessa Bennett with the Kingsport Chamber and its leadership programs on the show to talk all about the parade. I think we have some breaking news about some parade participants
little tease,
as well.
Little sneak peek, yes.
I can't wait to hear about it.
Yes.
So Vanessa will be on the show to tell us about that.
We look forward to that. Of course, your Kingsport Chamber is all about growing our economy and bringing business here. And one of the ways we do that is through our wonderful tourism program, the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau. They pour tons of tourism dollars into our economy, which helps not only build our quality of life, but helps to keep your taxes low. One way in which they do that is to bring meetings and conventions here, and you can actually help by bringing your next big event here through the KCDB's Bring It to Kingsport campaign. We'll tell you how easy it is for you to do that and why it's so important for our economy.
So much information, so little time to cover it, so we need to get right to it. But first, let's check out what's happening in Kingsport. Here are the latest events.
And we're so pleased to be joined by our hosts now for today's Kingsport Chamber Zone, Dr. Robert Saunders and Lisa Smith-Gall. Dr. Saunders is an obstetrician and gynecologist with Wellmont Medical Associates Women's Health, and Lisa is the Vice President for Patient Care Services and the Chief Nursing Officer here at Holston Valley Medical Center. And Dr. Saunders, Lisa, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're happy to be here and to talk about these wonderful campaigns you have going on. But before we get to those, let's talk a little bit, Dr. Saunders, about the exceptional NICU you have here at Holston Valley.
Well, actually, the NICU has been like a crowning jewel for Holston Valley for a number of years. It's been in place here for decades, and truth be told, this has been something that has been taking care of babies from 20 weeks on since long as I can remember medical care here in Kingsport. You know, there was a time when that was the signature department that was here at this institution.
My wife Laura and I, our baby spent a week in the NICU, obviously, and it just absolutely superb care, just phenomenal, the care they give.
Yes, I have a granddaughter that spent some time there also, and I have a daughter that also is a NICU baby who's now grown, and the care is fantastic that is provided and vitally important not only to Kingsport but the surrounding area, because we are a referral center for that service for not only surrounding counties but also multiple states. And so this care is really important all the way around.
Well, and you continue that fantastic care when we also talk about the Women's and Children's Department that you have here at Holston Valley. You're really well known for the outstanding service and cutting-edge technology that you're able to provide in those as well.
Well, and that kind of goes hand in hand with the NICU. Our ability to provide great care from an obstetric and a women's health care standpoint really goes hand in hand with being able to care for ladies even in the outcome that they may deliver prematurely. And that's what the NICU kind of gives us an opportunity to do. Now we can actually serve as an obstetric, women's health care, and as a perinatal referral center so that we can take care of ladies through the majority of high-risk problems that they have. Now, with the reality that women in the household usually govern and lead the rest of the household to where they get their medical care, providing great care for women in childbirth here and also for the pediatric care that we provide here actually leads to the great health care that we can provide for not only for gynecology for women throughout life, but also for cardiac, ortho, neuro, and cancer, and any other phase of medical care that we do. So it really is the linchpin for everything that we do that is positive here at Holston Valley.
And Lisa, there's great excitement now with the success of your Next Generation campaign for the NICU, which you just announced the completion of that campaign. So talk about that campaign and its success and how those monies that were raised will be used to expand it.
I'd be happy to do that. So we are very excited about moving into the actual construction planning for that. We are almost ready to go. We'll start that construction on the 3rd floor of the hospital, and we anticipate that being completed in early 2016. So it's really going to improve the NICU care. We're going to have almost double space for caring for the patients. We're going to have some private rooms, some smaller rooms. The existing NICU has been in place since 1986, and we've been providing exceptional care in that space. But technology has changed, and we've learned a lot about the delivery of NICU care, and that it's really important that our families be present. It's important the environment be developmentally appropriate so we can have that optimal development of neonatal intensive care patients, because they're born a little bit early, most of them, and we want to make sure they have that same environment they would have had that promotes optimal development. So we're very excited about this new plan.
Well, and going along with what Dr. Saunders had talked about regarding the women in children's care, sort of dovetailing off the NICU care, Next Generation's campaign, a huge success, so it's time to turn now to the Generations campaign that you all are launching. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're very excited about that as well. It's something we haven't done in a long time here, and we're really excited to begin the next phase of that as well. Our community has to go through the main hospital to get to the obstetric area, and sometimes it's confusing. Our facility has been in place for a long time. We've added new buildings, and the routes are sometimes a little complicated.
Sure.
So this will provide us with a dedicated entrance and elevator so that our women and their families and visitors can get directly from the outside to the area that they need to get to very quickly. We're going to have new finishes. It's going to be more home-like and healing environment for our families, and it's going to consolidate all of our care in one location. We're very excited about it.
That's great.
It's very, very convenient. It's a big thing. And Dr. Saunders, what do these campaigns mean for the impact they're going to have on the hospital, and even more especially for the patients?
Well, these campaigns actually show exactly how important it is that not only we are given the privilege and an opportunity to provide great health care here for the patients and for our members in our community, but also the community has an opportunity to kind of take part in that responsibility too, to be part of this growth. This isn't just a beautification process that we're going through. It is, like she was saying, a place where you have a sense of wellness and a sense of being able to get into this institution safely and efficiently and provide care in a safe, efficient, and proper manner. It's not resting on the laurels of all the great care that we've done in the past, but really just taking that big, bold step forward into the 21st century and doing things positive. We need our community, we need our leadership, we need our private industry and businesses to kind of take part and help us with that, because we bear that responsibility to do the health care, and they bear a responsibility and a privilege also to help us move forward. So we embrace that.
Sure. Looks like Dr. Saunders read the script, because Lisa, my question now for you is, how do those stakeholders help you all out with the Generations campaign? How do they donate for that?
Well, you can find all the information on our foundation webpage, which is wellmontfoundation.org. If you go to that webpage, in the upper right-hand corner is the Center for Women and Infants information. You can click on the links. It tells you how you may donate, but it also provides information, and certainly there's contact information if you'd like to call someone and talk about it.
That's great. And then would that also be the site to go to if people want more information just about the services that you're able to provide?
Absolutely, and you can get more information about at the regular wellmont.org website,
right.
And it talks about all of the hospital services we offer for women and infants and children.
Yeah, it's a great website, very user-friendly. Well, this is such an exciting time for you all, and so thank you for taking so much time to be with us on the show today. Lisa Smith-Gall, Dr. Robert Saunders, thank you very much. Congratulations on the successful Next Generations campaign. We have no doubt that the Generations campaign will likewise be just as successful.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you both. And when we come back on your CZ, we'll have a preview of this year's 4th of July parade. And welcome back to your Kingsport Chamber Zone, on location from Holston Valley Medical Center.
Well, as Bob mentioned, closing out our last segment, it is time for a parade, and we all know how much Kingsport loves its parades. And of course, that means that the upcoming parade will be the 62nd annual Mack Riddle American Legion Independence Day Parade, which is being brought to you this year by the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce, and particularly its leadership programs. So here now to tell us all about the parade, as well as the leadership programs, because those are kind of important too, is Vanessa Bennett. And Vanessa is the Director of Operations for your Kingsport Chamber, as well as the leader of those leadership programs. So Vanessa, thank you so much for being on the show.
Good morning.
The parade's coming up.
Yes.
62nd Annual Mack Riddle American Legion Parade, 4th of July Parade. Tell us all about it.
We're very excited about this year's lineup. We will begin at the Renaissance Center, continue through to the Veterans Memorial, which is only fitting with it being the Independence Day Parade.
Right.
We have 6 professional floats so far and could have a potential to have more, which is always exciting. We have local bands including Dobbins Bennett, Volunteer, Sullivan South, and Sullivan North, which that's always a highlight. Everybody's seeing their kids playing down the street, which is a pretty big deal. And a very special treat that we're very excited about: the Clydesdale horses are coming to Kingsport for the parade.
Did you know
That's
that?
great. I did know that.
You didn't tell me.
Well, I'm waiting. We're waiting to break it on the show.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, breaking news, yes.
That is wonderful.
We're very excited.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Bob, are you walking behind the Clydesdales?
No, I may walk with them, but...
You may ride one. I don't know.
And Vanessa, of course, you know, the parades would not be possible without our support of some of our members. We want to mention sponsor the parade.
Yes, AccuForce Staffing Personnel Services is sponsoring this year's parade, and we're very fortunate for that. It's the first time for them, and we're happy to have them on board. You'll be seeing more about that very soon.
You mentioned some of the entries, but now anyone who wants to be in the parade can be in it. So how can people enter the parade, and what is the cost?
The cost is $30 per entry. You can call the chamber at 392-8800. You can come down to the chamber and see Karen, who sits at the front desk, or you can email her at kjob@kingsportchamber.org.
No cost, excuse me, Laura, no cost for schools though, right?
Correct, that and military.
Okay.
Well, and speaking of the military, of course, being the 4th of July Parade, Mack Riddle American Legion Parade, this is a very important parade. We love all of them here in Kingsport, but this one in particular holds a lot of value to us, and we just really enjoy it. What does it mean to our city and our veterans?
Absolutely. We would not have Independence Day if it wasn't for our veterans. They are our true heroes. What better way to honor them is to have a hometown parade where friends and family can come together and celebrate and honor them. We're very excited at Leadership Kingsport to be a part of that, because we're celebrating our true leaders.
Right.
Laura and I have broadcast that parade before, and we love all the entries, but probably the most heartwarming and one of the most profound moments is when any of the veterans groups walk by, and you see everybody just rise out of their chairs and give them a standing ovation.
It's amazing. It's really cool.
Of course, Vanessa, the Kingsport Chamber's Leadership Kingsport program manages this parade as well as the Christmas parade. So give us an overview of the leadership programs.
We have 3 programs. We have Shout Youth Leadership, which is for rising sophomores, juniors, and seniors. We're getting ready to kick that off week after next for our first session, and we'll have another one in July. It's a fun, packed week, and I'm exhausted by the end, but it's always a good time. We have Leadership Kingsport. We just finished our 2015 class a couple weeks ago. It was an outstanding group. And then we actually start interviewing for the 2016 class next week. Applications can still be taken till tomorrow. Tomorrow's the deadline, and if anybody would like that, they can also contact me at the chamber. It's a 9-month program, and we have a lot of fun and learn how to give back to our community. We also have the Encore Senior Leadership program that we're working on revamping and doing something else with that's going to be a benefit to the city as well.
And even though, I'm sorry, Bob, even though you have application deadlines for all the programs, you accept those applications throughout the year.
Yes, definitely.
It's just depending on when they're received, it just depends on when.
Correct.
Okay.
Anytime we talk about the leadership Kingsport programs on the show, we always have to mention that Laura was the first person to ever go through both Shout and the Leadership Kingsport program.
That's correct.
And go ahead, Bob.
Well, I'll save it. You know what the line is now. Our viewers should know, but that will be several years from now.
I have not put in my application for the Encore.
Several years from now, yes. Yeah.
I will, eventually. Just not yet.
Long time.
Just not yet. So Vanessa, if people want more information and they want to see the application for any of those programs, they want to read about that, they want to find out more about the parade, where do they get that?
They can come to the chamber, see me or Karen. They can also visit our website. Applications are on there for all 3 of the leadership programs, or they can call me at 392-8813. I'll be more than to give them more information.
Easy enough.
Well, Vanessa Bennett, my colleague, friend, co-worker at the Kingsport Chamber, thanks for joining us today, and we look
thank
forward
you.
to another fun Independence Day parade coming up.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Come see the Clydesdales.
And thank you for all that you do with the leadership program. It's a huge
Yes.
success. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to tell you how you and why should bring your group to Kingsport right after this. And welcome back to this edition of your Kingsport Chamber Zone on location from Holston Valley.
Well, we've all been to them, or we all go to them. Those out-of-town meetings, conferences, conventions, retreats, reunions, you name it. And as you can imagine, this wonderful tourism business pours tons of money into the city in which they are hosted. Well, Kingsport's gotten its fair share over the past many years, and you can help attract even more of that tourism business to Kingsport by bringing your next meeting or convention here. Here now to tell us how easy that is for you to do is our good friend and a frequent CZ guest host when Laura kicks me off the set here, which she thinks about
Which is
often.
not often enough. But
Not often
anyway.
enough for Laura, that's for sure. Lara Potter. Lara is the Director of Sales for the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau. And
We should also mention, in case, I'm sorry, I may just
no.
be jumping what you were getting ready to
Okay.
say. Lara's also a recent Leadership Kingsport graduate.
I
That's right.
am
We just
best
talked
class
about that.
ever.
Just
Leadership
graduated.
Kingsport
Yes.
2015. Roll those eyes, but we're the best, you know.
So you can see
Best
how
class
easy it is for
ever.
you to put in your application for that. So Lara also manages this KCVB's Bring It to Kingsport program. And Lara, we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But
Sure.
first, give us an overview of the KCVB and the wonderful tourism work you all do.
Sure, of course, we are under the umbrella of the Chamber of Commerce, the Convention and Visitors Bureau is. But our main focus, of course, is to bring visitors to Kingsport. Now, we do that in any number of ways. We're creating events. We're trying to host meetings, trainings. We're out there trying to bring people to our area, sleep in our hotels, eat in our restaurants, shop in our stores, and then they go home. Obviously, if they decide to come back and visit for leisure visit or to possibly move to Kingsport, there are lots of ways in which this can all connect. But the Convention and Visitors Bureau's focus is to do events such as, you know, our sporting events that take place, the meetings that go on that a lot of people don't even know are happening in Kingsport as they're living their everyday lives. And of course, the Downtown Concert Series and Fun Fest are just a few of the things that we handle. We have a many number of events that go on throughout the year that the Convention and Visitors Bureau is in charge of.
Sure, and again, as Bob mentioned in the opening, they have a huge impact on our economy.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's not necessarily just about what they do when they come here, but it's the lasting effect that it has on our economy as well.
Oh, absolutely. And I think your viewers will be surprised to hear that last year, Kingsport, the city of Kingsport that you live in, had 500,000 visitors that we were able to track. So you're talking 500,000 people who visited Kingsport for some reason, whether it be for work or for personal, visiting family, whatever it may be. They're here and they're spending their money. Ultimately, that gets turned back into our town. We're paying for tourism, you know, the jobs that are in tourism. And that, I say tourism jobs, remember that person behind the counter at any retail store. That's part of tourism dollars because people that are shopping in there may not live here. So you're looking at millions of dollars of impact every year. $13 to $15 million just off of the meetings and sports side of things.
Sure.
Millions of dollars that are coming back into your economy that are just crucial, not only for Kingsport, but the entire state of Tennessee relies heavily on tourism dollars. And I don't think people at home realize that. Tourism dollars are crucial to your town.
Right.
And that's why, Larry, it's even more important that we bring more of that business to town, especially the meetings and conventions that people can bring here. And the Bring It to Kingsport campaign focuses on just that. So tell us about that effort.
So the biggest portion of what I do within the Convention and Visitors Bureau, because we have 7 people doing all different things in marketing, sports events, the concert series. What I focus on are going out and bringing meetings, conferences, conventions, trainings, family reunions, to Kingsport. I work very closely with the Meadowview Marriott, and as you know, we have an amazing conference center there. We're very fortunate to have that conference center and doing what they do. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a job. But what I'm looking to do is, to all of those folks out there that are watching today, think about what you're involved in. And I've reached out to them before, and I'm still begging for them to help me. And it's a very easy thing to do. But think about what you're involved in personally, professionally, faith-based, anything that you're traveling to do. Why couldn't we bring it to Kingsport? Ultimately, you bring it to Kingsport. We host this at Meadowview Commerce Resort and Convention Center. We can use all of our other hotels as well if we need those hotels, if the event is that large. And ultimately, it's going to benefit you and those that live in Kingsport and Sullivan County.
And a big point in all this is that it's easy to do, right? I think
Yes.
some people think, oh, if I have to bring my group or reunion here, I'm going to have to do all the work. It's going to be very time consuming.
Sure.
All you need is the lead, and then you take it from there and make it very easy.
Yes, and Bob and Laura know, as they have both brought me things in the past and continue to do so, to bring it to Kingsport. So thank you for your effort. What you need to do is contact the chamber, ask for me, come by the chamber. All I need is the association that you belong to, or whatever organization that it is that you belong to. You tell me that. If you happen to have a contact name for the director of the organization, the meeting planner of the organization, all I need is the name of the group and the name of that contact. Let's say you don't even have the name of the contact, you're not real sure. Give me the name of the organization and some history on where you've been in the past, and I will do the rest. And ultimately, you're rewarding everyone in the area.
And when we talk about, when you look at like where you've been in the past for certain events and things, some people may be thinking, well, I'm not entirely sure Kingsport would be able to support that, but we have incredible accommodations here. We have great attractions here. Tell us all about those things.
So I am happy to say that Kingsport continually competes against Nashville's of the world, Chattanooga's of the world, and we're winning the business. So don't think because you're meeting in the big cities that we can't bring it to Kingsport. Bays Mountain Park, Allendale, Netherland Inn, Exchange Place, Bristol Motor Speedway, going outside of Kingsport but staying within Sullivan County. We can't forget Bristol Motor Speedway because it sells us. People love it because they can't have it anywhere else. Downtown Kingsport is such a huge selling point for me now, and I'm so happy to say that as we continue to grow. You wouldn't believe that the carousel. You all, this carousel, people love it.
Yeah.
They're coming and they're visiting from the larger cities, and I'm taking them to the carousel location of the farmers market, and it's not even together yet, but the story and the community, just how they've wrapped their arms around it, people are loving this. People who live here, we take for granted what we have.
Right.
So keep in mind, we have things that people outside of this area love. You know, and I've only scratched the surface because we have so many new restaurants downtown now. We have a new distillery downtown where people can go and taste moonshine. We have the downtown concert series. We have shopping that people love to take advantage of, not to mention the restaurants that were already existing and they continue to be successful. People love to visit our downtown. We're dropping them off, they're spending a few hours, and then they're going back, you know, to do their meetings. But we have a lot going on, and the ropes course at Bays Mountain.
Yeah.
Great team building. You know, I could go on and on about all the things that we have. And if you're sitting at home going, we don't have anything here, nothing makes me just want to explode more than to hear that. If you feel that way, call me. I'll be happy to tell you what we have, and the affordability of hosting a meeting here outweighs anything you ever want to put us up against, and with the quality that you get.
Well, and let's also, just for a second, to talk about the ease of getting to all these places that you've talked about. Because
absolutely.
Again, when you go to, Nashville's a great place to visit, Chattanooga's a great place to visit, any of these other cities that you compete with, but there is some work to be done in order to get from point A to point B.
Sure.
And here in Kingsport, it's really not that way at all.
Well, first of all, keep in mind that when you are at the Meadowview Marriott, it's a one-stop shop. If you don't ever want to leave the property, you don't have to, because you have the golf course on site, and of course now the winery that is on site and very active, and then just across the street we have the Kingsport Aquatic Center. So you host a meeting, you can bring your spouse, you can bring their family, they can bring children. But in the event that you want to get to Bays Mountain or to downtown or to Allendale or any of those places that I've mentioned, first of all, you're only about a 5-minute drive from anything from the conference center.
Right.
you're not dealing with the traffic. You're not walking out the door and in the hustle and bustle of a very busy downtown. It's an easy 5-minute drive. Remember that I am there to help you, so I can set up transportation, be it a 25-passenger bus or a 52-passenger motor coach bus. We provide you with the materials to tell you where you're going, a list of the restaurants to give you their phone numbers and their addresses to help you find your way. We have a whole list of services. My services are free. What I do is free. There may be some cost associated with your transportation or if we're renting tents or anything of that nature, but I am there to get all of that taken care of for you so that all of your work, your checklist, I can check all those off for you because that's my job, and it's not going to cost you anything for what I'm doing. And if we bring that event here, that didn't cost you anything. It's only bringing money into the area and saving you money. And let me just say really quickly, to give you an idea, for 2013, those are the most recent statistics that we have. We will get 2014's in September. But in 2013, for every household in Sullivan County, tourism, the people visiting here and staying here and spending money here, are saving each household $316 in your taxes every year. That's been continual, that $300 mark, saving you money. So why wouldn't you want people visiting here? Because if they don't visit, you get to pay more.
Even more reason to have more visitors come.
That's exactly right. None of us want to see that tax increase.
Right.
And you know, our city works very hard, our county works very hard to keep us from having to do anything like that. And that's what we're here for too. So we all like to travel.
Sure.
We all like to get away for a while. But think about it. Sometimes you need to bring them here. You can go stay at Meadowview yourself. You can go and stay there while your conference is being held, and you get a little getaway on your own without having to travel far.
Sure.
And ultimately, it's helping all of us. So,
Lara, it's quite easy to do. It's worth doing. So if people want to bring their next event, meeting here, how can they contact you?
They can contact me via email. I'm at the Kingsport Chamber. You can always stop by and ask for me if I'm not there. They have one of my cards up front. You can give them a call at the direct line to the chamber, and they can connect you with me. You can always shoot me an email. You can find my email on the website. I would be happy to hear from you. So, yeah.
Well, Lara Potter, thank you so much with
Thank you.
Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau.
CVB works.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for your enthusiasm, because that helps bring things to Kingsport too. We appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you all.
Thanks, Lara. And there's more of your CZ from Holston Valley Medical Center right after this. It's time to close this edition of your Kingsport Chamber Zone. We want to thank the incredible first-class team here. They are the best here at Holston Valley Medical Center for hosting our show today and for the great medical care they give to our community and region. And as always, the great team at Spectrum Reach for producing our show. I almost said it, but I didn't. Spectrum Reach.
It's an old habit. It's going to die hard for
12
us.
seasons of charter media, so Spectrum Reach.
We'll get there eventually.
Yes.
It should only take us like 12 more
That's right.
to get there.
And then we'll change it again. So
To find out what's happening in Kingsport, of course, please always check us out here on the Kingsport Chamber Zone. You can also visit the Chamber. They are located at 400 Clinchfield. They'd love to see you. Give them a call, 392-8800. And if you're feeling social, they are as well. So you can like them on Facebook, you can follow them on Twitter, and always go on the website, kingsportchamber.org.
And to find out more information on the Generations campaign here at Holston Valley Medical Center, simply go to wellmontfoundation.org. That's wellmontfoundation.org. And to bring your next meeting, group, convention, party, our fan club, probably wouldn't need much space, but you know, bring your next event to Kingsport, just go to visitkingsport.com.
And again, the 62nd Annual American Legion Independence Day Parade, Mack Riddle American Legion Independence Day Parade, coming up Saturday, July the 4th at 10 a.m. For more information, please contact the Chamber at 392-8800.
And a big shout out to AccuForce for coming on board as the sponsor of that parade.
Yes, thank you very much.
And to our next visit together on your CZ, we are Bob and Laura, as always, reminding you to please be loyal
And buy local. Have a great week.